So quite a while ago I was watching a Jim Lee video where he was talking about critical anatomy lines, and I was particularly interested in the arm anatomy lines that he was talking about. So while the arm lines that he drew looked correct, and of course they were correct, it's Jim Lee, I wanted to understand what muscles and other anatomy was underneath the skin that caused those lines on the surface. So this is my video on my journey to solve and understand that mystery. So first, let's look at some real non-AI photos of some well-developed arms that have some amazing anatomy lines visible. Now, I'm going to draw in some anatomy lines. So first, the bird's foot outlining the ECRL, Anconeous, and flexor muscles. Now here we have the ridge of the ulnar forearm bone that is your elbow, and it extends to the knuckle on the pinky side of the wrist. And lastly, here is a combo photo of both the bird's foot and the ulnar ridge. Now here's one of my arm anatomy diagrams that I drew in the past, and then you can see that I've drawn in the bird's foot in green lines, and also you'll see the ulnar bone ridge line that goes to the wrist bone. Okay, so let's hop back into the drawing that I was doing earlier, and we'll pick it up from there. That's the arm bone I'm drawing here. There's it's an offset ball, like your knee is an offset and the greater trochanter is an offset ball. So what I mean by that is the ball up here, it's kind of like there's this part that goes out to the main arm bone, but then there's another like half circle that's very smooth attached to this part of the bone, and it's this part that goes into the socket of the shoulder blade, and the shoulder blade socket is actually a bit of a, it's more of a teardrop shape like that. So anyway, yeah, it's an offset ball, and it's pretty cool. Designed 100% perfect, so we can do all the multiple things we want. Anyway, back to my original idea here, is that here's the bone of the elbow. So this is the humerus, the upper bone. And then there's these muscles here, and one set goes up here, and this is the ECRL, the extensor carpi radialis longus, which is just an extreme pain to say, but I guess that's what doctors use, so they know exactly what they're talking about. I'm just going to say ECRL, the ECRL. And then I think above it here is the brachioradialis. But anyway, it's this ECRL and this thing here that they don't name in this picture. I wonder if we can find it somewhere. So I think when you draw, especially when you're learning and you haven't got everything memorized, having anatomy books right in front of you is a great thing to do. So there's my, anyway, so what I'll do is, and this is the, what is this? This is the bone that goes to the knuckle on your pinky side of your hand. One's the radius and one's the ulna. My goodness. So this is the ulna. Okay, so that's the ulna bone. Ulna bone. And then there's the radius. So now that I've got that, so this goes from the humerus to the ulna. And it goes, so what am I drawing here? This is the ridge of the ulna, and there's that knuckle. So that knuckle on the side of your wrist there, and that's the edge of the ulna right there. And then, so this is the ECRL muscle, and then this starts here and goes across like this. And that is called something Anconeous. Okay. Anconeous. And the brachioradialis, yeah. Brachioradialis. And then the brachialis. So, brachioradialis, alis, and then the brachialis, and then this is the bicep. This is the delts, deltoids. This is the triceps here. But it's the Anconeous and the ECRL that I wanted to solve, because that's what's creating this little dent here. Those little landmarks right here. Can we see that? Right here and right here, and then all these extensors come out of it here, and then we'll just call that and there it is, the 1, 2, 3. So it's a 1, 2, 3, like a bird's foot. 1, 2, 3, and that alone will make it seem like you know all the anatomy in the world. So there's the elbow. 1, 2, 3. Really cool. Really cool. Now, when I'm drawing the elbow on the outside, or anytime I'm drawing the outside of the arm, I can add that little bird foot landmark. And that's what I see in a lot of the Dave Finch and Jim Lee and all that kind of stuff. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little anatomy journey. I've got a whole bunch of goodies for you, diagrams and anatomy stuff in the that you can download in the link below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you'd like to tackle next.